Welcome, race fans. We are back for the East to West Apparel XFINITY series. We are live from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. These boys are just wrapping up practice, getting ready to go do their qualifying runs here. We were off last week in observance of the Canadian Thanksgiving. All of our friends north of the border up there. But we are back in action this week. Looks like we got 21 drivers set to put down some quick time here. If you are looking for a place to race, come join us here at the EFRL Extreme Forces Racing Network. We do have 3 nights of racing action. Monday nights, obviously, we have the XFINITY series brought to you by the East to West Apparel Company. Tuesday nights, we have our late model doubleheader. We have late model stocks on asphalt. And then right after that, we got limited late models on dirt. And then Thursday night, we're back in action for the Dirty Double Thursday. We will be running mini stocks and UMP modifieds. Always room for a little more. The Park brothers have set down quick time so far tonight. Ray Andrews, we're hoping for a speedy recovery, bud, after your surgery. Hopefully you can get back out there and join us on Tuesdays and Thursdays when you can. Hey Tom, how's it going, sir? Oh. Beautiful night for some racing action. Looks like Michael Steele is going to be one of our early drivers out. And that number 5 RDR machine. This track, the exits can be pretty tricky. If you don't get that power down to the ground just right, you could come around pretty easily. Michael Field's first lap. Is a 30:57. Mark Kalin comes in with a blistering 30:05. 4/10 faster than second place. And for his second lap, looks like Michael run the same time. . Mark Kalin for his second lap did get down into the sub 30-second range. Oh, Dan Park loops it coming out of turn number 2. He's going to have to reset that one. Only getting one lap in. Dan is going to jump up to second on the leaderboard with a 30.009. Right in between Kalin and his brother Ben Park. Well, it looks like everybody that wants to set down a lap has done so. Just waiting for the session to finalize. And there we go. All right, starting on the pole, we got Mr. Mark Kalin, Dan Park on the outside of him. Row number 2, we got Ben Park and Kyle Mays. Row number 3, Derek Regal and Steve Hogan. Row number 4, we got Josh Walker and Lee Krause. Sean Patrick and Farron Elam Jr. is going to start in row number 5. Row number 6, we got Dean Qualley and Daniel Krim. Row number 7, Travis Lepenis and Michael Steele. Row number 8, Brandon Griffith and Matt Moreau. Row number 9, Ryan Rose and Todd Mays. James Budd and Devin Smith are going to round out the top 20. And then Matthew Chandler is going to be riding shotgun on the field tonight. Our points leader is not here this evening, so he will be taking last place points along with Landon Brown and Dylan Dunford. So taking a quick look at our point standings coming into this evening. Joshua Reese sitting in first place with 417 points. Mark Kalin in second. Daniel Krim in third. Aiden Giordano is in fourth, but I don't see Aiden on the starting grid for this evening. Daniel Park, Josh Walker, Kyle Mason 7th, Todd Mason 8th, Farron Elam Jr. in 9th. Michael Steele rounds out our top 10. Green flag is in the air. We're 3 wide early on. What looks like one of the Park boys up against the wall. Oh, we got a crash. Lee Krause got loose coming out of the corner. Let's see if we can't get a little different angle on this one. Yeah, Lee just got loose, come down, collects the 2 car. Does hold it against the wall. He's going to jump to the pits. We were talking about how loose these cars can get coming out of the corner. First caution on the first lap. Lee Krause out of this event the way it looks. Josh Walker in the pits working on some damage. We're going to let everybody get re-racked, restacked. We're going to try this again. Lights are off on the pace car, folks. Alright, we're going to get the green coming out of turn number 4. Once we get in the restart zone. Mark Kalen's going to get a good jump. We're side by side for second with Todd Mays and Dan Park. Mays is going to clear him pretty early coming out of turn number 2. Here comes Hogan in that 30 car. Hogan trying to peek down low underneath that 17 car. Ooh, Regal made a hard left corner coming out of that corner. Side by side for 10th between Krim and Chandler. Chandler's up 11 spots. He did not qualify. "47 laps left in the first stage." These cars will get very squirrely towards the end of this run. The 2-car of Walker working his way back through the field after involved in that first caution. Doesn't seem to be too much damage. It doesn't seem to be affecting the handling of that 2-car as he is clawing his way back up. Currently in 13th after restarting 20th. We saw part of that. It looked like Steele and Regal might have got together. Let's change views here a little bit and see. Oh. Kind of looked like Regal came down, made contact with the 5. 5 makes heavy contact with that inside wall. He's in the pits getting that thing worked on. For those of you watching at home, weigh in. Who do you think was at fault on that one? Mark Kalin so far unchallenged here this evening. Alright, it looks like we are getting ready to go back under green. Well, it does look like we have another car out of this race. Mr. Devin Smith is showing out. Green flag is back in the air. Kalen and out front, Mays trying to chase him down. Kyle Mays making a bid for the lead. Caution is out again. 86 of Derek Regal. Let's jump to him, see what's going on here. Got loose coming out of the corner. Ooh, hard impact. Jump to the pits. That car could be done for the evening. Third caution early on. Green flag back in the air. Mark Kalin, now Dan Park is going to jump up to second. Ben Park trying to follow him through. Oh, contact is almost made with the 22. Dan Parks got a fender underneath the 62 of Kalin coming out of turn number 4. Be our first challenge for the lead on lap 22. New leader, Mr. Dan Park. Oh, Kalin slaps the wall. That's going to allow Todd Mays to get run on him going down the back straightaway. Kalin trying to do a crossover move as they exit turn number 2. First time we've saw that 62 in traffic. Well, these two are battling it out for second. Dan Park is able to put a little bit of a gap between them. Kalin sitting it down in there on the bottom. He's below that white line. It's not illegal here at this track. But it does upset the balance of the car quite a bit, being on two different angles. So you do have to be careful. Kalen's going to get back around Mays. Trying to set his sights back on getting his spot back at the front. Sean Patrick has picked up a couple spots since the start of this thing. We got two drivers right now bidding for the most positions improved, and that is Ryan Rose in the 78 machine and James Budd in the 59. Both cars are up 9 positions from where they started originally. We are 28 laps into this event. 27 laps left to go in the stage. only 3 cars have pit that haven't been involved in an incident. Got 25 laps left to go on this stage. As we see the 47 of Krim closing up on James Budd, looking to challenge to get into the top 10. Mark Kalin trying to take the lead from the number 7 on the high side. Do a crossover move coming out of turn number 4. Galen keeping the pressure on Park. They've got a slight gap over the 17. Kyle Mays in that 22 car is falling back to 4th. Walker, after being involved in that lap 1 incident, has worked his way back into the top 5. Galen tries to move on the high side, going to cross it over down low on exit. He can get to the fender of the 7. That's about as far as he's gotten so far. He's got a good run through 1 and 2. Park got a little squirrely coming out of 2. Park doing everything he can to hold off that 62 all the way down to the inside wall as they exit turn 2. He closes right up on the back bumper of that number 7 machine. Look at the high side once again. Crosses him over on exit. With these two battling, it has allowed that 17 car to close the gap on them. Here comes the 17 of Ben Park, looking to make it a 3-way battle for the lead. 16 laps to go for stage 1. Kalen's going to take the lead coming out of turn number 2. Ben Park's going to try to cross him over going down the back straightaway and into 3. Door to door. Walker up to 4th. Closing that gap pretty quick on the top 4. So at the end of lap 55, the field will be frozen. Top 10 get points for the stage. Those stage points could make a huge difference, especially for Mark Kalin in that 62 machine. With Joshua Reese being gone tonight, he has a very good chance to make up a fairly good chunk of points. Dan Park has it at the line. We'll see if he's able to hold on to it. That 7 car looks like it's starting to push a little bit. Kalin holding strong in that high side right next to the wall. Still side by side for the lead. Kalin with a slight advantage as they enter into turn number 3, but Park's got the faster way around. Kalin's going to have the advantage coming down the front straightaway. He's going to have him by half a car length. Advantage Park through 1 and 2. Walker all over the back end of both of the 17 and the 62. Looking to make it 3 wide as they exit turn number 4. Three wide as they enter turn 1 and 2. Oof. 9 laps to go for the stage. Kalin trying to hold on to second. Walker definitely appears to have a faster car all over the back bumper of both of these drivers in second place. Kalin crosses over the 17, gets underneath him, going down the back straightaway into turn 3 and 4. Oh, hard slap between the 17 and the 62. Mark Kalin says, "I've had enough, boys. I want to go." 5 laps to go in the stage. Walker all over the back bumper of Ben Park. Park with a half a car length advantage as they cross the stripe. They touch getting into 1 and 2. Walker's going to take that position away. Three laps to go. I don't believe Walker's going to have anything for Park, at least not for the stage. But he could be setting up something. He's fast. He did have to come all the way back from last place after being involved in that first caution. Two to go for Dan Park. Walker has shaved off 0.2 of a second. White flag will be in the air for the stage. Walker now within 0.4 of a second. Shaved another 0.2 off. He is using up that whole track. Caution flag is out. That is our stage break. So top 10, we got Park, Walker, Park, Kalen, Rose, Mays, Patrick, Hogan, Krim, and Bud. All getting bonus points for the stage placement. Heck of a drive by that number 2 machine. I don't know if the 17 is necessarily happy about it, but he was definitely the faster car tonight. We will see all of our leaders pit for fuel and for tires here. Michael Steele, who is in danger of getting lapped, might be able to get in and get some more repairs done on that number 5 machine. All cars look like they're getting a 4-tire stop. Oh, except maybe some of the ones deeper in the field. Park will be the first off. Walker second. Kalen's going to come out in third. Alright, we're getting everybody re-racked. Pace car is going to dip off. We're going to get the green flag coming out of turn number 4 here. Green flag is in the air. For the beginning of stage number 2. Kalen taking advantage of a good starting position. And getting underneath that 2-car Walker, going to take second place back. Kalen wasting no time challenging for that lead. He's going to take it coming out of turn number 2. Pretty stacked up, a little deeper in the field here. Saw Sean Patrick just take over 6th place. Here comes James Budd trying to follow him through on that low line. Bud way up the track, gonna make some contact with Mays. Mays, after having a strong run early on, challenging for the lead, has fallen back to 8th. Farron Elam Jr. cracks into the top 10. Ooh, the 30 gets loose. He's holding on to it, but he's going to cost him some positions. Oh, the 30 makes contact with Mays. Alright, we're going to get them re-racked, restacked. We're going to try this again. Great restart. Drag race down the front straightaway. Dan Park, after that last restart, is falling back in the field some. Back to 7th. Mark Kalin and Ben Park battling it out up front. goes up 14 positions now in third. Up front, it continues to be Kalen and Park. And now Rose and Walker battling it out for third. See Walker once again way down on the bottom. Oh, the 78 gets loose. It's going to give the position to Walker now. Rose starting to lose some ground to the leaders, while Walker's closing in on our battling top two. You can see the different lines that all three of our front runners are using. Ben Parks looking to get a fender underneath of him. Whoa, the 17 got way loose. Great driving and recovery by Ben Park. Will cost him a position, but that could have been catastrophic. We were pretty caution heavy at the beginning, but we have been running green since the stage break at lap 55. Walker's closing the gap on Kalen. You can see the different line that Walker's running. He is all the way down on that apron, going through the corners. Ooh, heavy smoke pouring out of the number 5 car as he enters pit road. Here comes Walker challenging for the lead. .30 laps to go. Walker's making a move to the inside as we come out of turn number 2. Got a fender on him going down the back straightaway. Classic duo, Ford versus Chevy. Ooh, Galen gets up into the outside wall. It's going to cost him a little bit of momentum. "27 laps to go." I'm not sure if these guys have the fuel to make it to the end. As hard as they've been driving, I doubt they'll have the tires. Walker's falling off just a little bit. Maybe letting those tires cool down. Ben Park falling off now. Same with Dan. Sean Patrick in 6th, looking to break into the top 5 tonight. Steve Hogan currently running in 7th. Matthew Chandler up 13 spots, currently in 8th. Farron Elam Jr. in 9th. Todd Mason at 54 machine in 10th. Travis Lepenis in 11th. Dean Qualley rounding out our top 12. Then we got Brandon Griffith, Matt Moreau having a solid night, currently in 14th. James Budd in 15th. Michael Steele, I do believe, is on pit road. Yes, he is out of this one. Back up front, Walker's getting back at it. Walker going for the pass to take away the lead. He has the 62 cleared on lap 107. Mark Kalen in that 62 machine, not giving up. Kalen's able to keep up with them, but he isn't able to challenge yet. And just as I say that, here he comes on the high side. Kalen doing everything he can to try to get back to that back bumper of Walker. 13 laps to go. Looks like our leaders are about to catch the lap car of 38 of Matt Moreau. Kalen takes the lead back. 9 laps to go. Matt Marone going to move up the track, let the leaders battle it out. Here comes Walker back on the bottom. Contact is made. 7 laps to go. These guys are battling like we're on the white flag lap already. Oh, that 2-car Walker gets way loose, falls way back, loses all kinds of momentum. 6 laps to go. There could be a problem for the 2-car Walker. He is falling back even farther. Walker looks to be in trouble and falling into the clutch of Ryan Rose. Rose going to take away second with 4 laps to go. Walker still trying to battle hard. Still battling pretty hard for second place. Last lap for Mark Kalin. Great race, everybody. We'll let these boys get around to the start-finish line and get our pictures taken, and then we'll have some post-race interviews coming up. All right, coming home in third, we got that number 2 car of Mr. Josh Walker. Josh, how you doing? Oh, Josh, you got a copy? I don't hear you. Do you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
There we go.
I got you.
Man, you had a pretty intense battle there at the end with that 62 car. Looked like you might have burned up your tires, came up a little bit short, but man, what a race!
Yeah, I've shoved the right front there when he got back by me, and that's all she wrote. They let the 78 car get up to me and get by me, and after that, I was just trying to hang on. I felt like I went just a little bit too early that last run. Didn't expect us to go green from that last caution all the way to the end, so kind of burn them up a little early. Um, but when you're racing with these guys that can save their tires and maintain and just run the same speed, it's hard to gauge how fast they're or how hard they're actually going. So we'll take a third place tonight after getting turned on that very first start, and we'll go from there.
That's what I was just gonna say. You had a heck of a start to that one. You ended up dead last, had to work your way all the way back through the field, challenging and leading laps. So overall, I'd say that was a great race for the number 2 car.
Oh yeah, I feel like I've found some speed at this place, especially halfway through a run when the tires first start to wear out. Um, as long as I can maintain that speed throughout the run, I'm okay. Um, but like I said, I kind of pushed it early that last run, and I should have just been saving and running to the bottom. So it is what it is. We'll take another third place finish. I'm about tired of talking to you first or second. I'd rather be talking to you last.
Well, it's gonna come one of these days. I thought for sure it was gonna be tonight the way you were running, though.
Well, this makes two races that I've took the lead with less than 30 to go, and then lose it in the last 10 or 15. Done the same thing at Bristol. I felt like we had a dominant car at Bristol, and just lap traffic and trying to race them at Bristol got me. And then tonight, not so much lap traffic as me just overdriving the car myself, trying to maintain the speed. I felt like I could run the bottom and apron better than anybody. I noticed Ryan start doing it there towards the end of the race, and it helped him a bunch. He just waited a little longer to go than what I did. So it is what it is. Like I said, and I'm having fun running these Xfinity cars, and we'll just see if we can't keep motoring on.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations on the podium, anyways. Who do you want to give a shout out to tonight before we cut you loose?
I give a shout out to my teammates, like always, over here at Slide Job Posse: Kyle Mays, Stephen Hogan, Todd Mays. Um, we get on here just right before the race starts and just practice what we can to help each other out. And without them, I'd be coming here blind. I also like to thank my family here at the house and just not getting upset at me for racing every Monday night. So other than that, thanks to the Lock Doc and like I said, Slide Job Posse, and we'll see if we can't get us one. Well, Roval's gonna be hard, so I'm gonna scratch next week and come back for the following one.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you back.
I appreciate it. Y'all have a good evening.
You too. All right, driver of that 78 car, our biggest mover of the night, Mr. Ryan Rose.
Hello.
Up 15 positions from where you started. I'm guessing you did not qualify at all, right?
I did not qualify at all because I was forced not to qualify because I had a penalty.
Oh,
But
gotcha.
yeah, I it was fun not qualifying. Honestly, it was fun going through the field, and I really liked just driving up there and seeing what I could do. Um, super, it was super fun. I had an EOL at the very start of the race too. So really, I think it was like up fucking. Oh, sorry. Um, like 20 positions, I think, something like that. I don't know, but yeah, super fun racing. Surprisingly loose. I did not think that this car was going to be that loose going in here, but yeah.
It looked like there was a couple times you had some scary moments coming out of the corner.
Yeah, I had one big moment with Josh, and thank God he didn't run me over. Coming out of the corner, I was slipping and sliding down the whole backstretch. That was really fun to deal with. But yeah, super fun to kind of to get through the field and try and race as clean as I could. I know I ruffled some feathers, but I guess it'll happen at a short track like this.
You had a pretty good battle there right at the end with Josh Walker, able to get around him with just a couple laps to go.
Yeah, I guess he got tight trying to chase down Mark, and they had a really good battle going. I pretty much had a front row seat to that, and yeah, they uh, I guess Josh just got tight. I had to get out of it, and that led him to me. So yeah.
Overall, great run by the 78th. We don't want to take anything away from you. You drove your heart out, drove your way all the way through the field, finished second. Man, that's a nice run.
Yeah, thank you. That was really fun. I might do that next week.
Next week we're at the Roval. That'd be challenging to see.
Oh, I do like my road courses though. Those are really fun. I really like road courses.
All right, buddy. Who do you want to give a shout out to before we cut you loose?
Just my mom, my dad, you for broadcasting, Bryce Electric. They're on this car and they help me out a lot in real life.
Awesome. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you back at the Roval next weekend.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. You have a wonderful night.
You too.
All right. I've been talking to this 62 car pretty much every week, I feel like, at one point or another. Bringing home that 62 in first, Mr. Mark Kalin.
How's it going, Mick?
Man, that car was fast tonight, but they didn't let you walk away with it.
Yeah, tonight was a super strenuous challenge, one that I really enjoyed, and I had to work for it. That first part of the run, Daniel Park was giving me grief in every time he tried to pass me. He kept dooring me up a track. Not gonna lie, it was a little irritating, but yeah, it was fun. And then at the end of the race, Josh, at the end of both runs, honestly, he was just a rocket ship, and Mick, I gotta be honest, I was concerned I wasn't gonna catch him.
He was able to get down on that apron and make that car work and stick down there. I've never been able to see anybody drive on the apron here like that and not lose it coming out of the corner.
Yeah, I had every time I tried to do that to stay in front of him, or take the air off his nose, or whatever I had to do to stay in front, it it just kept getting sideways on me, and I had to be very ginger on the throttle there. So finally, I went to the high side, and by golly, I don't know how, but it worked.
You were probably the only car I could see making it work on the high side when I was watching.
Yeah, I just knew that the only chance to get around Josh was to drive it in deep, get the car to rotate using the brakes, and then gently get on throttle as hard as possible. Um, but yeah, I mean, that was a super fun race. I really enjoyed it, and Josh put on a heck of a late charge there, and I really appreciate everyone for running clean there. So that was awesome.
And without Josh Reese here tonight, that's going to help you quite a bit in the points.
Yeah, I was a little sad to see Josh wasn't here, but at the same time, for my championship hopes, I'm not disappointed in the least. But yeah, I got a bit of a freebie in the championship with Josh missing tonight.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations. We are at the Roval next week. How do you feel about that track?
Well, hopefully it goes as well as it did at Watkins Glen, to where I pulled this number 62 into victory lane for hopefully a fourth time in a row.
All right, buddy. And then that will be the end of our regular season next week, and the chase will begin.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Should be an exciting championship run.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations. Who do you want to give a shout out to before I cut you loose?
Yeah, firstly, I want to give a shout out to my teammates, Sean, Patrick, and Michael Steele. And then Steel Graphics Designs for the awesome paint job. East West Coast Apparel for sponsoring the league. And then, of course, you up in the booth, Mick, putting on the broadcast. Really appreciate it. And to everyone who has a part in managing and owning the league and putting on the show.
All right. Well, thank you very much, buddy. And we look forward to seeing you back next week.
All right. Thank you a lot, Mick. And y'all have a good night.
You too, buddy. Have a good one. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us here on a Monday night for All the Dirt. Myself, Mick Olofsson, and Dean Qualley would like to thank everybody for tuning in and for participating tonight, and we look forward to seeing you back next week. Tune in tomorrow night on Strange Brew Racing as we cover the late models. Dean Qualley, we will be broadcasting those, and we'll be having a good time. Thanks, everybody. You have a wonderful night.